What's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 21 of the 31 Days of Horror. D-Bougie86 here again, and we're taking it all the way back to 1968 today with a film that I wanted to revisit since I got this Blu-Ray edition of this film, and then this film was originally released from the same company through like their DVD-R like service that they do, the Made on Demand, and they just actually put it on a new transfer on a new Blu-ray release, and that of course is titled The Green Slime. Yes, of course, this is a sci-fi slash like sort of horror film. It's kind of in the creature feature vein, and this film has a very interesting history because it's an American slash Japanese co-production. It has American producers and actors mixed in with it, but it's directed by Kinji Fukasaku, who would later go on to direct some awesome like crime films in Japan, known as like the Battle Without Honor and Humanity series. And he also directed the original Graveyard of Honor, which actually Takashi Miike would remake later on when Takashi Miike was getting his career going. And he also, probably most famously known for directing Battle Royale, which is one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite films of all time. And mine also. It's actually one of the first Asian films I ever seen was Battle Royale. So I have a very soft spot for this director and his style of filmmaking, and it shows like certain aspects through his other films. So pretty much the main plot of this one, we're introduced to this main setting where this asteroid is coming towards Earth at a very vast speed. So they come up with this plan where they get this guy who's actually resignation he's resigning the same day, of course, when this is happening. Jack Rankin, to go up to this space station known as Gamma 3, which is actually run by Jack's old space buddy Elliot Vance, who's played by what's his name, Richard Jackal, and they end up doing like this maneuvering and trying to destroy this asteroid. While they're on the asteroid surface trying to discharge the bombs, they find this green substance on the asteroid. And pretty much what ends up happening is this green substance ends up getting back on one of the spaceman's clothes. And once they get back to the commander, because after the asteroid is destroyed, everything's hunky-dory, big giant party, like they've saved the world, that type of deal. This green substance that's still on one of these astronauts' clothes actually is absorbing the energy from the ship, and it grows to an enormous length, and it grows into one of these things right here, which is this tentacle monster with a giant eye, and it actually absorbs energy, and it uses energy as its weapon. It has like these talons that shoot out like electric currents to kill its victims, pretty much. So it ends up trying to stop this creature, but then they find something more sinister, because what ends up happening is if you shoot one of these things and its blood actually grows into more of them, so it multiplies if you hurt it. So they're trying to figure out a way to stop this creatures from havoc in the space station and most likely get to Earth. That's pretty much the main plot of this one without going too crazy into it. Now, my thoughts on this film. This is a super fun movie, guys. If you are fun, like a fan of like cheesy like B movies, this is one you have to see to believe it. It has it all. It has some great like imagery with like its sets. It has some great like miniature sets too, because of course this is a Japanese film, so they love their miniatures, and they actually use them to the abilities, because they have like miniatures like of little like space cars going to like the spaceship to be launched up in the air in like the beginning of the movie. It's actually really nice stuff. I'm a big fan, of course, because I'm a Godzilla fan, so I'm used to like seeing like little miniatures and stuff like that. And of course, yeah, really interesting stuff, because especially since the cast is mostly like American actors and other actors, like the main girl, she's a Italian star, I believe. She was in a few Italian movies that I seen growing up. Like she's in the Fernando Di Leo film, The Boss. I believe that's the name of it. And her name is Luciana Paluzzi. Yeah, she was also a Bond girl of all things too, and she's beautiful. And this sort of like love triangle thing going on between Jack Rankin's and Vince Elliott's characters in the film because of this girl. Because I believe like one of them was their ex like fiance, but then they end up falling in love with the other one. That type of deal. And so there's a lot of friction with that relationship, and you can see like the quarrel of Richard Jackal as a character because of like the past mistakes that he's made in the film. And I actually do like his character and how his character processes through the film. Now the creatures, of course, are done with like pseudonymation, and they're actually all played by like these little Japanese children in like these giant bulky costumes. So when you know that fact and you see it on film, it's kind of funny in some accents because they do kind of look silly in certain scenes. But I do like the look of the creatures, to be honest, because they are like weird looking. Because when you first like watch this movie, you think it's gonna be like maybe like a blob like rip-off movie, but then you see like these tentacle creatures and they're all goofy and like can't even walk and stuff. So it's kind of funny in that aspect. But I do like their actual look and the abilities of the creatures in the film is kind of cool. And yeah, like I said, like the space sets and like the space station sets and like the exterior sets, because there's this awesome this image actually happens in the movie where like, well, besides like the girl getting her leg clawed up, where all these like creatures are on like the surface of the space station. And it's a great image, and it really sets the tone of what's going on in the film, especially with the multiplication of these creatures multiplying and stuff. So I highly recommend The Green Slime. If you're a fan of like cheesy B movies, this is one you def have to check out. And I gotta say, this is amazing. It's the best the film has ever looked. No special features, unfortunately. If I had to rate The Green Slime, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. It is kind of campy for its time period from the late 60s, but it's super fun, and it has one of the greatest theme songs you have to hear of any film because it's so catchy. So I do recommend The Green Slime. It's awesome stuff, especially if you're a fan of like Fukusako films, if you want to see one of his earlier films before he like went on to do like Battle Royale or something. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Alright guys, that's it for day 21. I hope you enjoyed it. And leave some comments if you've seen The Green Slime, of course. And I'll see you the next time, tomorrow. Yeah. So I'll see you then, guys. Peace out.